Here's an incredible book recommendation on meditation and mindfulness. So maybe you've heard of some other athletes that have benefited from meditation and mindfulness. Maybe you've tried meditation yourself. Maybe you've seen posts on social media about mindfulness. But the Headspace Guide to Meditation and Mindfulness by Andy Puddicombe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is an incredible book, wherever you're at in your meditation journey experience. This breaks down a lot of the fundamentals, a lot of the strategies that you can use. Maybe you use the Headspace app, which I strongly recommend, or Calm. I know, LeBron James is like the sponsored by the Calm app. But I want to break down this book, just some basic fundamentals. Maybe you don't want to read the book, but you're interested in meditation yourself. Or maybe you do want to read the book. I want to give you some insights as to whether it's worth it or not. So number one, it's definitely worth the small investment, 10, 12, 15 bucks, whatever it is. But think about this. Imagine walking down the street, going to work, going to the gym, going to the field, going to a court, something or somewhere that you go on a consistent basis. Imagine walking there every single day. You see the same buildings, you see the same fields, you see the same trees, you see the same bushes, you see the same sidewalk. And along that journey, along that path, there's construction going on the road. And, maybe some guys are sitting around and they're drinking too much tea. They're sitting around, they're, yelling at women as they pass by. But there's a hole in the ground. They're doing construction. And sometimes our minds are in such a habit, in such a routine. It's like we're walking down the street, but we fall into the hole. So we're walking down the street, and even though we see that there's construction going on, even though we see things, we see the road is opened up, we still walk into the hole every day. Now, imagine you're on that path and you fall into that hole every single day. That's how a lot of us go throughout our day-to-day lives. Whether you're an athlete, you follow my channel, you have a job, school, you go through these same routines, and we fall into the same emotional and we fall into the same mental traps every single day. And, there's thousands of different versions of meditation and mindfulness. And to say that one is better than the other, it's really not about defining which one is better. In the last 30 years, meditation and mindfulness have been going on for thousands and thousands of years. But it wasn't really until the past 30 years or so that the science is starting to catch up and starting to actually display the benefits of meditation, how it can help you, how it can help improve your life in a number of ways. But the main things that it's going to help with is focus, concentration, relaxation, and more broadly, it's going to help with awareness. So when you're walking down that street, you don't continue to fall into the same hole. You don't continue to fall into the same traps. You're actually aware of what's going on around you. And I know that might sound like a funny analogy. It might sound like a funny story, but it's really how our mind operates, and it's really the same traps that we fall into. So if you're an athlete looking for a competitive edge, if you're a student looking for an edge, if you're a coach looking for an edge, then a practice of meditation, even if it's 10 minutes a day, right? Wake up 10 minutes earlier. And, all of these tricks, all of these hacks, all of these habits, and they say, oh, it just takes 10 minutes a day, it takes 15 minutes a day. Like, it's a small thing, but if you keep stacking 10-minute increments on your day, obviously, eventually it adds up. But here, this is a habit that you can learn through this book, Meditation and Mindfulness. This is a habit that you can tack on 10 minutes a day, and it's actually going to be more beneficial for you than an extra 10 minutes laying in bed. It's going to be more beneficial for you than an extra 10 minutes scrolling through our phone. And this guides you through this book and meditation in general, just to give you an idea. It's not about disconnecting from the outside world, right? We have our phones, we have computers, we have social media, we have the internet, we have so many different things that are pulling for our attention. And our minds constantly racing all over the place. It's like our thoughts are like a wild monkey, right? One of the exercises in the book is just try to sit in one place for 1 to 2 minutes, 60 to 120 seconds. Just try to sit in one place and just be aware of how many different thoughts come up. You're going to think about teammates. You're going to think about what you're supposed to be doing later. You're going to be thinking about what happened earlier in the day. You're going to think about relationships. You're going to think about school. You're going to think about your job. You're going to think about, if you're a coach, you're going to be thinking about your team. So all of these different thoughts are going to come up, and it's going to be different for everyone. But the purpose of meditation is to allow you to define what the meditation means for you. And I want to strongly recommend that even if you tried it in the past, even if you tried meditation in the past, or you're interested in trying it, just know and understand there may be times where you meditate and you might not feel like anything is happening. But there's actually changes that are going on inside your brain that are proven by science, that are going on inside your mind, that are actually changing. They say, there's within the first 28 days, 30 days, so about a month, there's actually physical changes that start happening inside your brain. So even though you might try it once and you don't feel anything, I encourage you not to give up on it. I encourage you to practice it on a consistent basis. I encourage you to continue to try it, even if it works one day. Oftentimes we fall into the trap of having the expectation, wow, I feel really good when I meditate one day, and we have these expectations where we need to feel that great again. There's going to be days where you're going to feel great, and there's going to be days where you don't feel so great. It's the consistent practice where there's actually physical changes going on inside your mind, and just the awareness, the acceptance that even though you're not going to feel incredible every single day when you do it, there's actually dramatic changes. There's just dramatic shifts that are going on. But the number one thing this can help you with is awareness. Awareness of things around you, awareness of things going on inside of you. See, oftentimes we're looking at what's going on outside of us, right? We can see what other people are doing. We can see what's going on social media. We can see what's going on physically. We can see what's going on all around us, and we're constantly making judgments. We're constantly figuring out what's going on out there. But this is more about bringing awareness of what's going on internally and not falling victim to our thoughts and our emotions that tend to bring us down, that tend to drag us down, whether it's on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis. We're humans. Our brain is programmed to go in all sorts of different directions. We have emotions that come up. We have thoughts that come up. It's about being able to control those thoughts. In the book, they use the analogy of taming a wild horse, right? To tame a wild horse, you don't just grab it and strangle it and hold it into one place, because it's going to go crazy. It's going to go all over the place. That's similar to your mind. You can't just grab it and force it to think or to feel a certain way, right? You have to get the wild horse, and to tame it, you got to put it on a rope, but you got to give it plenty of space to run. And then very, very slowly, you start bringing in the rope and tying it in a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, so that the horse becomes used to the length and the freedom that he has, but you're also bringing it in closer to being more tame. That's the way it works. That's one of the analogies. That's one of the stories in the book. So strongly encourage you to check it out. Headspace Guide to Mindfulness and Meditation. There's a Headspace app. If you're not a big reader, there's a Headspace app. I encourage you to check it out. Where it's actually, I found it personally, it's a lot easier to have someone guide you through the meditation, to have somebody actually speaking to you and telling you the process to go through. I encourage you to check it out. There's a free version, there's a paid version. I'm not affiliated, I'm not endorsing it by any means. This is just simply a piece of value, a piece of information that I hope can help improve the quality of your life. If you're an athlete following my channel, that can help improve your performance on the field. So Headspace Guide to Meditation and Mindfulness. Go check it out. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I just want to let you know we're always uploading some new free resources on our website. So check them out in the description below. Find out which one is the best for you. And I hope to see you soon.